I'm going to show you how to make the foam hat. This is a very, very simple little deal, but it's probably the warmest hat you'll ever wear. And we're going to do that real quick right now. Okay, so what I did is I just cut an 8-inch strip, and what that represents is wrapping around your head in this fashion. You can get it at places that we may carry it at some point, but you can get it at places that sell packaging material. You just try to get the lightest weight stuff you can. And this is the pattern that I made, and you can do whatever you want. It's very simple. I made this thing out of a UPS shipping carton, and you just wrap it around your head right there. And I already know this is sized good for me, so I'm going to I just lay it on here, and I'm just going to take and use my marker. And this is just an old marker too, by the way. It's an old Sharpie. It's actually kind of a good use for old Sharpies. I don't care to have necessarily like a real dark line on here. All I need is just enough so I can see it to cut it off, you know. I'm going to just cut it like that. I'm going to shorten it. I know my head's a little smaller than the full length of this pattern, but anyway, so there. And now all we do is we just come in here with our knife. You need a good sharp knife. Just come in here, and I found it's easiest if you can just kind of do some little short sawing type strokes with it. It'll actually cut out a little better. Put your knife at a little bit of an angle. So now, just kind of come through here, trim off a little. You'll have a few places right on the bottom that's still grabbing, but there's our scrap out of there. And here's the hat. This center part we're going to make so it flips up like that for kind of like a bill. But that'll go around your head like this. And then you can see on the back, I need to trim a little bit off of there. So this is how you do it. Just kind of you just work with it like that, and then I'll put it on and see. I can take about the same amount off the other side. Okay. And now I can feel that, and that feels good right there. That's perfect. Lay that on there, and then I can just kind of trace real lightly around here. There we go. All right, let me show you how to glue the end of this real quick. We used the 3M Super 77, and this is a little can. I normally buy it in this can here. That's what you normally see it in. Works very well. It's designed for use on foams. And what I do is these are the two ends I'm going to glue together like this, butt glue. So, in fact, I'm going to do it like this with my little marker stuff on the inside. And so what I'm going to do is just lay them end to end like that, and give this glue a little shot like that. All right. Now I'm going to leave that for just a moment. Let's see how this is. That feels good. It's still nice and tacky. Okay, and here's how you do it. Just bring it around like this, and I like to touch kind of this back corner right here, and just kind of go on down to the bottom, and just rotate it around. And That's all there is to it right there. Okay? So we've got our top. Alright, now we got our top done. We marked out our little piece here. I just kind of cut a chunk of it out here. Tear out that last little bit of film of stuff here. And we'll be ready to glue this thing on to the side part of the hat. Alright, I'm just going to make a little mark on here so I kind of know where my glue goes. Alright, so now we just make sure we put us a little bit of a film around here. Alright, there's that. Now we got to do the top. And incidentally, it's probably better to use a pair of neoprene gloves or something when you do this, because you do get that glue on your hands and you have to use turpentine or something to clean it up. But I guess I'm not in the mood. No, what you want to do is you just kind of, you can test this thing, and like right now it's starting to grab pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the front down, and then what I want to do is I want to bow this thing a little bit and then stick the back down. And I want to get a few inches stuck down front and back. Now this is a little bit tricky. You want to push your finger inside in the middle a little bit so that you can pull. You want to pull this foam a little bit here so it kind of tries to blend in a little. So see, what we're trying to do is kind of dome the top a little bit. You have to be a little bit quick at it, not extremely, but just kind of have to, because it really starts to get tacky here. And the last little bit can be a little tricky. Oops. Because it starts grabbing so good you can't. When you first start doing it, you can reposition a little bit, you know, because it's still tacky, but it's got a little bit of give to it yet. So you can kind of redo it a little bit, but as it gets going, why it becomes a little tougher. It starts getting more tacky. And then I'll kind of ball my fist in here, and I'm just kind of working around the seam here, making sure everything's touched down good. And then we've got it. And now, after a while, when this dries, if there's anything that's kind of pulled apart a little bit, just hit it with a little glue in there. You can even spray like a tongue depressor or a toothpick. And if you have a little crack in there, just put it in there, let it kind of get tacky, and then squeeze it shut. Alright, so here's my hat. Right there we are, guys. About probably 15 minutes real time. I think I have to edit the video slightly, but about 15 minutes real time, start to finish, to make a hat. It costs you, you know, maybe $7, $8, I don't know. It's pretty cheap. And it's warm, even wet. So watch our other videos, and there you go. I'm going to put a little Velcro, some little Velcro tabs here and here, you know, like that, just to kind of hold the flaps up when I don't want them. So there you go. There's how to make that hat. Stay tuned for some of our next videos.